So, children, the countries involved in the First World War in the Allied power Britain, France, Russia, Italy, and America, and in the Central power Germany, Austria, Hungary, Ottoman Empire, and Bulgaria. Children, the one way to remember the four main causes of World War One is to number the remember the acronym, that is MAIN, M capital, A capital, I capital, and N capital. M, that is militarism, A alliances, I imperialism, and N, that is nationalism. These were the main four causes of First World War. Militarism was one of the four major causes of the war. It was an arms race because Britain had a large navy. Germany wanted a large navy too. Germany and France competed to build larger armies. Many nations introduced universal conscription. Conscription means the draft, even in times of peace, for reasons of prestige and self defense. The more one nation built up its army and navy, the more other nations felt that they had to do the same. The expense of the arms race fell on civilian populations in the form of high taxes. Between 1870 and 1914, all of the major powers except Great Britain and the United States doubled the size of their armies. Next one is alliances. Alliances for 20 years. The nations of Europe had been making alliances. It was thought the alliances would promote peace. Each country would be protected by other in case of war, making it foolish for one country to wage war on another. The danger of these alliances was that an argument between two countries could draw all the other nations allied with them into a fight. This was just what happened when a conflict between Austria Hungary and Serbia led to World War I. Children, do you know what is imperialism? Imperialism, another cause of World War I, was that European nations ruled smaller countries called colonies and competed with each other to amass more colonies. Gathering colonies is known as imperialism. The purpose of imperialism was and to build up national wealth and influence by weighing colonies. Both France and Britain had many colonies in Africa and Asia. In the 1880s and 1890s, Germany and Italy decided they wanted a colonial empire too. This global competition for land caused confrontations and conflicts in many places. For example, Great Britain almost went to war with France and the United States during the 1880s over colonies. And the last one, that is nationalism. In addition to political conflicts, the causes of the war included such forces as nationalism or pride in one's country. The belief that one's own nation or culture is superior to all others, nationalism led European nations to compete to build the largest army and navy. It also gave groups of subject people the idea of forming independent nation of their own. Serbians, Slovaks, Bosnians, and many other people living under the rule of Ottoman and Austria-Hungary Europe empires wanted freedom from foreign rule. So children, these were the four main causes of First World War. Only I have discussed the causes here in detail so that you should know the causes why the Great War was fought between these countries. At the end of the First World War, all the nation felt that such a war should not happen again and some measures need to be taken to achieve that end. An international organization called League of Nations was established out of this thinking. It became an important platform to solve international disputes and carry out negotiations. The main responsibility of the League of Nations was understood to be to avoid war. Children, after the First World War, major changes came about in Europe and outside Europe. For example, earlier empires in Europe collapsed and new nations came into being. Many European countries had their colonies in the continents of Africa and Asia. Movements for independence started in these colonies. These movements challenged the hegemony of the European nation. Children, do you know what is the meaning of the world hegemony? That is dominance or leadership. League of Nations was established after the First World War to establish peace, but it did not succeed at preventing war. Autocratic regimes came up in Germany, Italy, Spain, and the other countries. All these developments culminated in the Second World War. So, children, still now in this topic, I have discussed about what is an international system, the main features of international system. One of the main feature of international system, that is interdependence. What is interdependence? That all the countries of the world are dependent on each other for one reason and the other. Also, you have come to know about foreign policy. Then I have told you about the background of today's world. The world in which we live today has been shaped through many events and developments. Next, I have discussed in detail about the First World War. The points which I have discussed today, all points are not there in your textbook, but you should know these points, mainly the causes why the war was fought between these countries. That's why I have discussed in detail about the causes. And also, you should know the countries involved in the First World War in Allied power: Britain, France, Russia, Italy, America, and in Central powers: Germany, Austria, Hungary, Ottoman Turks, and Bulgaria. And what was the end of First World War? That is, at the end of First World War, all the nation felt that such a war should not happen again, and some measures need to be taken to achieve that end. And then the League of Nations was established, and League of Nations was established after the First World War to establish peace, but it did not succeed at preventing war. So children, now you should go through the topic up to Second World War. You should read the topic in from your textbook. It is a new concept for you, so you should read the topic again and again. The points I have discussed today, you can note down those points. It will be helpful for you to understand the topic clearly. Tomorrow, the next part will be discussed. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.